What's up, guys? BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Eternal Evolution, and we are going to be going over the PvE/PvP tier list for Eternal Evolution. Big shout out to the Discord moderator, Killua, for making this. This is probably one of the coolest, cleanest looking tier lists we've ever seen, and it has like 100% of the most up-to-date info for March 2023. Of course, as the weeks go on and different game modes come out, you're probably going to see a big shift in here, but there's not a ton of heroes to go over. We're going to highlight some of them. I'm going to put a link down in the description to the image file and the Discord server as well. First off, again, make sure you guys are using my download link for Eternal Evolution. It's the first link in the description. Whether you've installed the game already, just re-download it with that link that attaches you to Barry Gaming. Helps the channel out. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's go over the best heroes in Eternal Evolution. Okay, so first and foremost, yes, it is clean AF. It looks amazing. Even includes a nice little list down the bottom here in case you guys are unsure what heroes are considered the fodder heroes. These are the ones you're going to make and combine their epic versions into the yellow versions, which are essentially, I forget the tier that they're actually called, but it's basically the food version of the heroes. And there are a couple little things down in the description down here. You know, if you see a chain on some of them, that means they kind of need each other in order to perform well. Prison Amulet is needed for certain Vanguard heroes to be tanky enough. EX30 means you need an exclusive weapon to be pretty much where they're ranked on this list, but let's go over it. So let's start up in the top corner here. We have the SSS Heroes. One thing you'll notice in this game, there is a tank class and there is a Vanguard class. Typically, Vanguards are more offensive heroes and tanks are more defensive, but the way the game is right now, tanks themselves aren't that amazing. You usually use Vanguard heroes, mainly Leo, as your frontline hero. So SSS, best in both PvP and PvE. Leo is amazing. If you can get your hands on a Leo, he will carry you entirely through the game. He does a cool whirlwind ability. He provides shields and stuff for himself. You can build him HP because he does damage based on HP. He is just absolutely insane. Probably one of the top 2 heroes in the game, with Nord. Nord is like the best AoE damage dealer in the game. He's an energy hero, but he's a weird like melee slash not melee ranged hero. He's really weird abilities. I think Leo came out at Christmas time. Nord just recently came out, and these are like the best 2 heroes in the game right now. Nord, I have on my account. He's carrying me ridiculously hard. If you get a chance to get him on a banner, definitely do it. He will carry you hardcore. Now, the next one is the damage dealer sections. We already talked about Nord. We have Emma here. So Emma is available on the banner week 2. The one thing you'll know in this game is the first 4 weeks are static events mostly, with a couple random banners coming in depending on what time of the year it is. Emma is an amazing pickup for free-to-play players. She's amazing single target damage. She'll get you through a lot of progress in the game. She is starting to get power crept a little bit by other damage dealers, but Emma is absolutely amazing if you're looking for a single target damage dealer. Highly recommend her for early game free to play accounts. Assassin. So Rickert and Bailey are absolutely amazing. Bailey you'll probably see a lot of in the beginning, especially if you're doing the dungeons where you get to pick heroes to add to your team. He teleports to the back lines. He attacks them really good. They have the best, like really good single target assassin style damage. Definitely highly suggest if you can get a copy of them, go for them. If you are spending early on, they do kind of shove Bailey down your throat. You can go for him, but I don't think he's like as necessary as going for like a Nord or a Leo, but he is very, very good. And then we have summoners. Summoners in this game are some of the most important for resource generation. You have the Crimson game mode where you basically have that one single boss, and the more summons you have, the less you'll get pushed back. You split the damage better. Summon heroes are the way to go if you can really go for it. Daniel is by far, like, I think the best summoner, and then Anpu and Sorveli is a very good combination of heroes. These summoners are probably some of the most important things you can get on your account outside of like a Leo and a Nord. Honestly, some people are even saying like Nord's kind of early game, kind of not as good as going for Anpu or something like that. So consider these the best of the best out there. And then we get to the support heroes. Rez is cool because Rez is a crowd controller, buffer, and debuffer. You can actually get a free copy of them from the Galactic Arena, which is like the 3v3 arena in this game. You get like a copy of them almost every month or so if you're decent ranking in there, so that's really cool. And then Masrani is probably the best healer in the game outside of Serena, the one that you can get pretty much for free. He's amazing. If you get a chance to get a copy of him and you can start building him up, definitely plan to do it. But I would not prioritize him over any of probably like these 3 heroes, maybe even a summoner. Now we do move down to the SS tier. So this is they're either good in PvE or PvP. Again, most of these tank heroes, you kind of want to stay away from in the long-term investment, but Oak is probably, in my opinion, one of the best early game tanks for you to run because he does have immunity. Boar is very good too. These are the 2 that you can actively build. Neifang is a Vanguard and requires a very specific item in order to actually make him viable. And Crete is available week 3 on new accounts, but usually I would say don't even bother going for Crete. Oak is where it's at in my opinion, and then late game Boar is the one you go for. As far as AoE damage dealers in the SS tier, both Ravenia and Luke are very solid. I believe both of them are on the week 1 banner. I really wouldn't push your summons week 1 to go for either one of these heroes. I'd wait for week 2 and make sure I get a bunch of Emma copies if possible, and those genes that are used as copies. Both decent. I'm not overly impressed by either. Luke does perform very well in the late game though, once you can get his talents all kitted out. And you can build him as a non-crit build too, or rather you can build him as a crit build. You have to just avoid one of his talents that turn all of his skills into not able to crit. So just be careful with Luke. Next up, we have the single target damage dealers. Taylor is like the budget version of Emma and is still very good for free-to-play players. Old John, you'll be able to get pretty much enough copies to make him immortal on any free-to-play account just by using diamonds every single day and doing some progression. He's a pretty good hunter as well, or ranger. Hunter. Man, I even forget the syntax in this game, what they are. You'll know what I'm talking about when we get in game. Marksman, maybe? I forget. And then Azina is another really good one. I wouldn't really prioritize going for very early on. There's a ton of other SSS heroes that you want to prioritize than anyone really in this SS tier down here. Skewer and Hattie is a decent one. I think he is on the week 2 banner as well. I think the 2 banners are Emma and Skewer and Hattie. And again, one you don't really need to go for, but it is a summoner and is important. I would focus more on Shenwei and Muka if you're free to play than going for some of these SSS heroes. These 2 are the ones you're going to want to build to progress in Crimson and any game mode where summons are really good. Muka really shines and is this good only when he has his exclusive up to 30. You're not going to be able to do that for quite a while in the early game. Then we get over to other healers. Boda is very good. Serena is actually amazing. You can build Serena completely free to play very easily, and if you are a spender, they give you tons of opportunities to get Serenas very early on. They are very much worthwhile. The last one is Crowd Control Buffer. I actually have 1 copy of him. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't realize it was just barely off screen here a little bit. My bad. Anaruda is a decent one. He has his black hole ability that kind of groups people together. Pretty solid hero, not really one you need to go for though. Moving down to the S tier here, we have heroes like Artis and Guan Yu, both of them Vanguard heroes that really need a special ability to go for it. Hercules, Oisa, they're okay, not really ones you want to go for. You got the Moriami and Prigor combo that's pretty decent. Most of these heroes, though, to be honest, I would try to stay away from. There's better options out there. Bot Mark II, I think, is a very solid hero. If you're going the Emma route early game, using an Emma, Taylor, and Bot Mark II is going to give you some crazy progress. I'm surprised Sorita isn't added to the AoE group, honestly, because he does do a lot of AoE too, but, you know, it is what it is. Randall's an okay assassin. Kalaza is a decent summoner as well. He can have up to 2 clones up at a time. He's alright, really nothing you should focus on. And then if you see anything really further down, there is an entire trash tier down here that you just shouldn't build these heroes at all. A tier, they're good, kinda, sorta, not really. I had good luck with Omar in the early game. He kind of carried me decently, but he's not that great. And the only other one I want to talk about is Laron. He's kind of the only other healer available to you besides Serena, mostly on a new account. He can do okay, but he's not going to be a main healer like Serena. Some game modes you might want 2 healers though, 1 on each team, and then in that case I would say building him is okay. So let me know what you guys think. This is an absolute amazing tier list. Big shout out to Killua on the Discord. I'll try to put all the links in the description and a link to this image file so you guys can save it, and we'll have it updated regularly, probably every month or two, since Heroes are coming out, and it's still a new game. Where I mean, it's only been in global for like since November, so like 4 months. It's been overseas I think for about a year or so, but so far so good. I'm loving the game. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Again, make sure you guys, if you guys appreciate this, number 1, hit that subscribe button here. Our goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers. That would be amazing. But number 2, using that link does attach you to the Barry Game creator code. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.